Masters, do you have any questions regarding F1, F2,
So,
physical, non-physical reality?
can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. We can hear you.
See, today morning I listened to that audio on the lighter. This is on the lighter side. So I went into my kitchen, made a coffee, stood there watching the window from outside and drank the coffee. I had a very good feeling. Came back to my office room. Can someone tell me that my kitchen is not real? Real?
Very much real in physical reality.
Okay.
That is the important thing,
Yeah.
the ability to discern or discriminate what is physical, what is not physical, is the source of this entire chapter. So, what is physical? What we experience with our sense organs is physical. So, what is non-physical then? Can someone help me understand what is non-physical?
At a subconscious
Can
level.
I try?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely,
sorry. Yeah,
Arora
go ahead.
Ji. Go ahead.
I'm so I'm Sheila from Florida, and
Yeah.
namaste. I haven't read about this, but like when you pose that question, like yesterday, I was working, and for 1 minute, I don't know if it was 1 minute or what, but suddenly my mind shifted. I was like in a daydreaming state. I don't know what. I was in Spain. I have never seen Spain. I have never seen the pictures. I've never seen a video, nothing. But it was so real for me. Like for that 1 minute, I felt like they are touring, and I suddenly saw this pyramid, and I'm sitting in meditation and I'm calling all these people. I don't know their language, and they're all sitting and they say, "Come, move in here, move in here. It's only $500 rent." And I'm like smelling, feeling the cool air. And I'm like, oh, why are we going to go and retire in India? Maybe we should go to Spain. I came back into reality now, into my physical reality. Now I was just thinking, what was that? To the point where I went and checked airline tickets to go to Spain. I don't know where to go in Spain, but just like that. So I came back and then I told my husband, it was so crazy that I did this. For that 1 minute, I went and I felt as if I'm really in Spain. So what do we call that? I mean, like, um, I am physically
Astral
here.
travel.
I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't meditating, but my sense shifted.
Yeah. What Nilu answered is correct. It is astral travel.
That I was wide awake. I was not even in my meditation. I was like,
No, you don't
I
have to be in meditation.
yeah, I mean, like that was really, I haven't felt, I used to feel that about when I was in driving in Michigan. I used to think I'm in Florida driving, and I shifted, I moved to Florida. But now I was like, oh my God, that was so real to me. And I felt like, I don't know. So when I saw this physical, non physical, I felt maybe
That's true.
like how the Janaka's story, Raja Janak's
Story, I was
story.
about to say, raise
Yes,
that, saying that
Ashtavakras thing. So I
Astavakra
felt,
and
yeah,
yeah.
was that real? For that minute when I came back, and I was like, oh, was that real? I felt I saw the sunlight, I felt the breeze and everything. So I felt, was that real or is this real right here now?
Yes, such
So,
or such.
A
Right.
wonderful
Now,
experience, ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is the,
it was
now
crazy.
just think the power that you have just demonstrated. How can you use it in real life?
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we generally, we take one incident in our life
Mm-hmm.
and we keep on ruminating on that to such an extent that it becomes
Mm-hmm.
an affliction on us,
Yes.
right? And you can use the same process,
Mm-hmm.
the same artifacts that you are gifted with to come out as well,
Yes.
right? I know
Yes.
that this topic is not going in line with the book, but the fundamental need is to understand anything physical could be temporary,
Yes.
right? It could be an ailment. It can be, for example, it can be a disease. Now, do we trust ourselves, our abilities, or do we trust the situation and go deeper into the situation? Where do we go? Right? We will park that. Geeta ji, you had raised your hand.
Good morning. I'm Geeta from India.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
you,
welcome.
sir, you said na give examples of things which are not physical. So I think I can count so many things which are not physical. I'm not going to say that these are metaphysical, but for example, my dreams.
Mm.
So what do we call it? It is not at all physical, and there are so many things. Then we
Okay,
have
now,
intuition about somebody or something.
very, very, very
So many
pertinent
non-physical
question.
things. Yeah.
Yes, right. See, it's like this.
Isn't it non-perceiving? Even though they are there, we are not able to perceive with our physical senses.
That
That
is
is
one.
non.
No,
That
no,
is,
that
yeah.
is one. Very good. Very good. Right. I mean,
Bec-
let's look at it more practically. Right. Now, physical, which is the mind that is active when you are in the physical existence?
Logical,
Logical, conscious,
conscious mind.
right? But what is happening with what all we have taken in, approved it, in the sense the physical mind has agreed to it, taken it in, the conscious mind, I mean, and it is stored.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's understand how our mind is working. When you are sleeping, which mind is active? The mind is not going to rest.
Subconscious. When you in
Subconsciously.
your
Correct. Right? Now, the other thing is, the nature of the body itself is such that, right, it loves to go on out of body experiences. When is it going? When your conscious mind is put to rest.
yes,
Okay.
put to
When
rest.
the conscious mind is put to rest, Joe Dispenza beautifully says, right, you become suggestive. Now, who is controlling your mind? Your subconscious.
Yeah.
Subconscious has got a collection of your memories. Subconscious is holding those programs or subroutines which you have experienced and caused. Correct? Hmm? Which has itself become a sort of a involuntary function within you. It is not part of your voluntary system. Like yesterday, I was talking about HABIT.
Hmm. It habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I habit. I habit. Yeah.
I habit or any habit, you
Yes.
remove a portion of it, it is still active.
Still there. Yeah.
Correct. Now that takes control. the contours of the physical body are no more active because you are already a layered structure. Where are your emotions? They may be felt on your physical body, but where are the emotions? The emotions are part of your astral body.
Emotion, astral body.
Correct? That is the one. Now, look at the poor astral body's condition. On top of it, the one that is controlling it is the mental body. Correct? The mental body sends a signal. The astral body is in between. It is the cheese in the sandwich, right? So, if there is pressure from top, the astral body will bend down. Now, the thought, when you are conscious, the thought is going to resist it, so it will bend backwards. So it is basically a sort of a hinge which is swaying the thoughts and feelings in the body. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Right. Now, does anything, given this framework of F1 and F2, does everything have to be real physically?
No.
No.
Right.
No.
That is the power that we are gifted with.
One example I liked it in the one of the audios. They mentioned that there are so many bacteria, viruses around us, but we don't see with our physical eye. But when we look at under the microscope, under the magnification lens, we can see them. That means even though they are there, with our physical eyes, we are not seeing. So same way, there are so many other bodies around us, so many different energies and astral bodies or whatever. But with our physical eye, we are not able to see.
We are not able to see it, but we end up experiencing it. Either through our own past experience or the words of others.
Yes.
Correct.
Either through a book or somebody's experience. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Niluji, you are saying something?
Yeah. So, sir, we just said that, like, anything real is what we experience through our senses. So, when we are talking about these non-physical things, if we have to experience them, we are going to experience them through our senses only, isn't it? Is my assumption correct?
Yes. Now, your experience is going to be based on your ability to discern what is going on. You don't understand about it, then it is unmanifested in your life. Probably the first reaction that you have is, I don't know. I don't know becomes the root cause of a problem within you.
Okay.
If you give it attention. If you don't give it attention, it is like part of the 60,000 thoughts that you get, out of which 95% is repeat. It is of no material to you. But if it has had any kind of an impact on you,
Rishita!
recognized or otherwise, right? Recognized or... can you mute?
Yeah, I did, sir. I muted.
Right. So, now, where was I? My thoughts are...
We were talking about the non-physical realities being experienced through our senses, sir, when we are able to discern.
But I don't know what it is, so I still want to understand what it is, so I start with fear. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And that fear, how does it work on my body? it is a fear, right? It will come
Yeah.
and go, right? That fear will come and go. It's fine if it comes and goes. But otherwise, it will start triggering my internal system, because every cell in my body is wanting to survive. That is the basic theme of every cell. And every cell is being fed by this emotion. How? Can you think how we are feeding this?
Because, sir, in our internal system, whatever we think uh, from one system to the other, from the mind into the, it will affect all the system within us.
How?
With emotion and feeling, that will impact.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one. Think about it a little bit deeper. What is it that is spreading throughout the body?
Blood.
Blood. Okay, so your circulatory system,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yep.
What else is circulating throughout the body?
Energy.
How are your cells surviving?
Energy, water,
How are
air.
your cells surviving? What is the basic food that is getting delivered to them?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Air.
How is
Oxygen.
oxygen entering your body?
Prana.
Breathing.
Through
Breathing.
prana, breathing. When the breath grows in, right? Basically, our body has got 4 cavities: the cranial, the
Yes.
cranial, the thoracic,
Thoracic.
right? The abdomen, and then the pelvic. Okay.
Yeah.
And how are these components interconnected? Through your nervous system, through your blood vessels,
Blood vessels.
through your veins. Now, when you are breathing in, and what are those centers in the body that is helping the distribution?
Like we
Your
are
chakras,
signaling.
your chakra system.
Yeah.
Your
Chakras
chakra
and
system is
nadis?
not. Yeah, nadis is part of your nervous system. Your chakras are not physical there,
Right.
Yes.
but there are minor chakras which are physical at the skin level.
Yes.
What is their influence? They are basically the connection points, just like water distribution. That fellow comes in and then he has put in a transducer. From 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, water can be distributed. It will distribute. And then it will again close it. Those are all the transducers in any control system. But here, there are already inbuilt. Now, when you are taking a breath in, correct? That breath is getting broken down into 5 components. Each of them is rich in, right, these 4 cavities and an impression make up the Panchabhutas. Okay. Each of these cavities is ruled by one of the element, like fire, air, water, and earth crust. Earth crust is part of your root chakra. Water is part of your Swadhisthana chakra, which means your
Sacral.
Abdomen.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have fire, the power within you. Well, these are all part of the F2 as per the book. These are part of the F2 in your book, mind you, not F1. F1 is the physical body which is going to feel the impact. But F2 is the root cause. Okay. So now each of the breath is getting broken down into four of those components, or each of that breath is going to have that composition in a higher content. Prana, apana, udana, samana, vyayana. Correct?
So that means our the way we process even breath also changes.
Correct. Now, breath is just a carrier.
Mm.
Okay. Breath is just a carrier touching all parts of the body through its internal mechanism. But what is riding on that breath? Your energy in motion, which is your emotion. Emotion, when it is coupled with the fear component, what kind of an environment is it creating for the manufacture of the protein, etc., which is required for the survival of the cell or the community of cells, which in itself is going to be reflected upon the physical body F1 as what we understand HEALTH to mean. What is that? Health.
Health.
Right?
Mhm.
So now you understand how our meditation practice, etc., lowers the intensity of the energy in motion, emotion, and helps us manifest improved health. So this brings us back to the basic PSSM statement, Patriji's favorite statement. Spiritual health is the root and physical health is the fruit. Right? How clearly F1, F2 can be understood from it.
Mm.
Right? I have not taken the examples in the book because that anybody can read. But the practical implication of this F1 and F2, how it can be utilized by us. Is everyone clear on what we just spoke about?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Today I'm expecting a lot of questions because we have a house full.
Sir, I joined little
Right,
late,
Kirti?
but
That's
one
okay.
thing like,
Yeah.
Sir,
yeah,
I also
when you say,
joined late, but this is a good topic. Yep.
sir,
Thank
when
you.
you say physical and non-physical, so is it like
Uh-huh.
whatever we see, whatever we have the forms, like the physical representation, it can be a stone, it can be a man, it can be a planet, it can be anything which is vibrating at a lower density, kind of mass. Can we call as a physical?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
So other than that, everything is non-physical?
What you can experience with your
Your
senses is
senses.
physical.
Okay. Okay.
What you experience within,
Mm-hmm.
when I say within, it may not be physical, but it is stored and it is thereby de facto physical.
Okay.
Okay. The perceived.
When you say with
And
senses means
perceived and stored with your senses.
okay.
Okay.
That is physical. That is also physical.
That will eventually the impact that it will produce will be akin to the physical because your
Mm-hmm.
your mind does not recognize physical and non-physical.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is the body through its sensory organs that it will discriminate the physical and non-physical.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the mind stores it as an image.
Exactly. It takes
won't
help of five
store it as
senses.
words.
Yeah.
Right? It won't
Yeah.
store it as words.
It gives the control and the senses will grab that whatever and then it will give back to the
That is
brain.
what is a habit too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the role of F1, F2 in line with what has been experienced, suppose what has been stated in the book, how does it influence our life? Because I was just struggling with how to explain it better than what the book says. And I couldn't think of a better example than each one's individual experience.
So dream is a physical or non-physical?
You tell me.
Non-physical.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But 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 the brain
Yeah.
can perceive it to be physical.
Yes, because
And
experience.
that
Yeah.
triggers the happiness or fear within you. Correct?
Correct.
Right? That triggers and spreads your energies in motion.
Correct.
Brain can visualize anything, sir. Without nothing is there, also it can visualize something is there, and
Yeah,
it can manifest. It can do without nothing. It can generate something. Yeah.
See, now every condition that we face, correct? I'm just trying to take out that. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm going to blow up something. One second. What is this? One second. Okay. You are able to see this slide, right? All of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So layers.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
One second. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Right? Now apply the framework of F1 and F2 to this scenario on the left, the figure 7.1 as it says. Can you?
Thoughts are
What do you
not.
see on the left?
So
Pardon?
these
Thoughts
are
are.
all
Yes.
non-physical, but brain will understand as a physical because you feel that all is carrying the
Yes,
emotions.
because of that energy in motion. And what is it riding? How will it influence you? Correct?
By time? No, sorry.
No, not by time. No, one second. This is going to confuse everyone. So there are some great many slides here. Okay. So now just imagine how it is going to influence you.
When like we feel something, like say for example any of our feelings, negative feelings like fear or anger or jealousy, it you can feel that in your stomach, that is manipura, and that can cause discomfort in the physical body. So
Okay.
our thoughts, our actions, I mean our thoughts like directly influences our physical body. I feel I have experience, and I think as meditators we become very sensitive and we really understand that any discomfort in any organ, you'll immediately know that it is connected to the thought or the feeling that you are having at that moment.
Yes. Okay.
Others might not be
Now,
as sensitive to realize that. That's what I feel.
yes. Here is the diagram which tells you the impact of F1 and F2 on your real life. Are you able to understand the topic of F2, F1 from this approach?
Yes.
Okay. Right? How does it impact you? Take this. body, at the body level, fatigue, headaches, taut muscles, that is the tightness that you experience, skin irritation, frequent infections, constricted breathing.
So can we consider worrying is a non-physical having
Definitely.
impact on
There
fatigue?
he is at the mind level, right?
Mhm.
Your mind is not physical, it is your mental body. The
Oh, sorry,
brain
sorry.
is
Brain is
physical, not the
physical.
mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Correct,
sorry.
right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
worrying, indecision, negativity, foggy thinking, hasty
Okay.
decisions, impaired judgments, all these are what the stress can cause on the mind,
Yeah.
right? That is the source of your energy in motion.
Yeah.
The other fellow is the astral body is simply translating that into physical body.
So
He is
non
not doing any value addition.
okay.
So when you say energy in motion, the
It's
energy
an
that it generates,
emotion.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Emotion is nothing but energy in motion, correct?
Okay.
Right?
I mean, we will not feel it. I mean, we have the other layer of body, emotional body that feels, and the physical body then get hurts.
That will then translate it to the astral body. Astral body will simply give it to the physical body.
Physical body. Yeah, as a
Right?
uneasiness or whatever, disease or whatever.
Correct. Right?
So basically the relation between physical and non-physical, whatever the non-physical is impacting your physical body eventually.
Correct. Now, that also triggers your inhibiting forces in life. It will not let you progress. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will it become a bottleneck? Think.
Yes.
Right? Now, in terms of your emotion, how does it become an inhibitor? Loss of confidence, apprehension, indifference, depression, irritability, insomnia, right? All these, how is that going to impact? Where is that other favorite picture of right? How is the body constructed? You have atoms with some gray layer, two atoms, let us say sodium and chloride. Okay. What is the molecule that it is getting converted to? Sodium chloride?
NaCl.
NaCl, NaCl2, right?
No.
Or is it NaCl? Yeah, it's just NaCl.
NSCL.
NaCl.
Right. Yeah. Now, what is this gray colored matter in between every stage that you see?
It's kind of a mass that is trying to form.
It is
Bonds.
information.
Bonding.
It is information. It is energy. It is energy in motion, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the
Okay.
electronic bonding in between is what the
Yes.
energy.
Okay. Right. But what is it from our spiritual perspective is this is the parameter that is either F1 or F2 in your life. Correct? That is then getting converted to a molecule. That molecule is becoming a chemical. That chemical, the internal process is becoming a cell. A number of cells becomes a tissue. A number of tissues translate to an organ. A number of organs translate to a system. What are your systems that are running your body? There are multiple systems. We will take four basic ones. Digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, and regeneration system. Okay. All the others are the expansion of this, breakup view of this. Right? From a group of systems becomes a human body.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, correct. So, what we are seeing now, what we are seeing, that either F1 or F2 how is that influencing our body? It is getting translated, that chemical, right, in the translation and transformation
Yep.
is becoming decrease of serotonin, suppressed immune system. Eventually, suppressed immune system is going to lead to autoimmune disease,
Yeah.
or you are prone to any kind of a problem.
Definitely.
Okay, then it can increase your diabetes. It can help you become a diabetic. Now, this is where that experience is stored,
Mm.
which acts like F1 but is F2. And how did you make it F2? I mean, how did you make F2 as F1?
Because it is
The action
say
is then stored
Because
in
you
our
have accepted it and the incident you have stored is
stored in
generating
the
that particular outcome, which is translating itself into one of these. What you are experiencing, is that F1 or F2?
So, sir, like your dream example, your brain reacted to a non-physical thing, but then the result of that is a physical one, like your sweat because of fear and all that.
Exactly. You got the point that I'm trying to drive home. Right? So, increase in your blood pressure. So, everything is starting here.
so one
Are you
question.
with me?
I mean, to be
Yes.
to be blind. I mean, the one that you are showing up, the previous one, the slide. So
Hmm.
whatever the listed things here, I mean, loss of confidence or fatigue or worrying or
This could be
anything.
the impact. What you are
Okay.
seeing is the impact level. But then
Mm.
behind that, there is a chain of events that you are living through.
Mm-hmm.
Actually F2, but you are converting it to F1 as far as the impact is concerned. Are you able to relate to this statement?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
I have
Sunita
a
ji.
question. So the question
Yes.
is, yeah, I understand these all are negative impact. How about the good feelings? I may have good dreams, like uh,
There you
the
go.
positive things, in your
Yes.
feelings.
Right.
The feelings also have emotion, right? That you know. So yeah, that is my question.
Right.
So that also impact.
Correct. So if I remove the component of the stress caused by this diagram, what happens to the supply of the raw material? Let us assume, for the sake of understanding of everyone,
Mhm.
this body is a chapati that you are making. That is the easiest, or a khichdi that you are making.
Yep.
Okay, that way everyone, male and female, will be able to relate to the topic. Okay,
Yep.
right? The raw material.
Mm-hmm.
Let us say chapati. Chapati, this form can be a chapati, it can be a puri, it can be a pulka, or it can be a samosa, and so
Yeah.
on, correct? Okay.
Yep.
Now, what is the raw material? Is wheat.
Yeah.
You are refining the wheat and making the chapati. If you use the wheat as it is, what will be the type of material that is going in? In this manufacturing process that is listed here, which is a combination of your voluntary and involuntary function.
Yeah.
Voluntary is very similar to F1 or F2?
F1, right?
F1. Beautiful. Correct? Right? F1 and F2 right? So the raw material is defective. So the molecule is going to be defective.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when it is negative, it is only going to increase in its proportion of defects, correct?
Yeah. Going forward, it will
Because
always keep on.
everyone is a fail point. Everyone is a fail point. You can introduce the negative component. This material is good, the molecule is good, but your thought process, the cortisol that you are supplying is negative.
Negative.
So net
So bit-
output of the quality of the cell that is going into your health is going to be negative,
Yeah. Yep.
correct?
Yes.
So then the tissues that are going to form is going to be negative. They have their own internal process, right?
Yeah.
That is also being triggered by your F2 acting as F1. Hmm? Yes. So
Yes.
Yeah.
the condition, further degradation, and ultimately the impact that is felt here is degraded.
Yeah. Based on the raw material, what kind of raw material
Yes.
you are using is
No,
impact you.
raw material is what? Raw material,
Yes.
the basic component, maybe your
Yes.
food.
Yes.
Yeah.
The food is not only what is being consumed internally, it is also how you are reacting, because that also is acting as food only when it has entered the body, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, if you are eating with the, for example, same food you are, even though you are making with the good material and all that, that emotion, if you are eating with the pleasure, happiness, that is also change. At the same
Thank
time,
you.
even though you're eating very healthy food with the
All of you have become teachers on F1, F2 now.
Yeah, I'm just about to say that. She's saying, Sunita. Thank you.
yeah, so that
Awareness,
it's
awareness. This is what Patriji
Exactly.
always says, awareness.
yes.
Yes. Right?
Mm.
Suppose you are making food with wrong emotions. You are
That is what.
angry with your husband or your children or your friend. And that
That is what
also
my
you are
question, sir.
transmitting into your chapati.
That is what my question, sir. Then that food becomes again a illness.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that will take you to the experience shared by Sukumar in one of the meditation sessions. See, where you started, where you landed, all that experience that you are going through is F2.
Okay. Okay.
But impact felt as F1.
Okay.
Yes, QED, quadrant demonstrandum. I have done the job of conveying the message of what Berry was trying. Is everyone clear with F1 and F2 now?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
not every experience we cannot say that F2, right?
Depends upon how you take it, how you
No, for
perceive it.
example, I met with the accident. Suppose
Correct.
I'm telling that.
And
So
suppose
that
you are brooding. Suppose you are brooding over that accident, day in and day out. Okay? Right?
yes,
What are you sending in and what are you sending out?
negative.
Negative energy, and then result would
Emotions,
be emotions.
emotions, yeah, negative emotions.
Right?
Negative feelings, negative thoughts,
So,
negative.
what have
Yeah.
you manifested at the end of it?
So I
More
would like to,
disastrous.
yeah, I would like to add this here. Like, I had the same experience like 8 years ago when I was driving. I saw
Hmm?
an accident where one lady was sitting on the like sidewalk with her kid,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
suddenly that moment I visualized myself sitting there and my kid there, and I felt very sad for myself. I'm like sympathizing myself for this happened only for 2-3 minutes, and
Hmm.
trust me, I forgot all about it, but 6 months later on, I faced the same situation
Because
because I
law
had
of
already.
attraction,
Yes.
law of attraction states that you have planted the seed for an
Yes.
accident.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Now,
plant the seed,
there are
right, sir?
three things. As
Mhm.
per Mr. Percival, Thinking and Destiny says that there are three parameters for anything to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
There is a timing, there is a
Condition.
purpose, and
An
there is
emotion.
your presence.
Yes.
And also condition, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what. That is
Yeah.
the purpose also, right? The purpose is
Yeah.
translated into that condition.
Yeah.
So
The thought's
can you
objective being
repeat
met.
time, purpose? Third one is
Presence.
Anyway, when we are people have agreed to set up one Thinking and Destiny group, right? Wait for it.
Sir, actually, I had a positive, even though I had a car accident. Actually, I had a major. There is separate.
No, that means your energy levels were higher. You were able to maintain yourself in the positive domain.
Yeah, but you know what
So,
happened, right? I questioned myself why it is. I was pregnant, 24 weeks pregnant. I was carrying baby 4 5 hours, 4 4 cars are collisioned. I had multiple car accident earlier, so I was like thinking, what is going on in my mind? Why? How can I? Why it is me? When I questioned, this happened in 2012. So when I questioned this myself, then I was like, doctor told me to just stay on the bed. You cannot move. We cannot treat you. Only they make sure that baby is safe. So in that situation, I said, I questioned a lot why all this happening with me. Then I saw the documentary. One is the secret. The second one is the happy. So in the documentary, they showed the person who has met with accident, but her face got deformed, her life got changed, and her husband got left, and everything. But what I felt in that moment, I am so lucky. God, Krishna, you helped me because even though this situation, I'm not deformed. Thank you for. So I took that positive, and that changed my life.
exactly. Now,
Yeah.
you are now using F2 to help you improve your F1.
Correct.
Through gratitude. Yeah.
Through gratitude, there are so many other feelings which are all going to help you vibrate on the positive side.
Positive vibrations.
Correct.
Okay.
Let's
Got
listen to Neelam ji. Yeah, Neelam ma'am.
Namaste, sir. Very
Namaste.
well explained. This is my first time in the session, and I can just correlate with me. Like I asked you about the autoimmune this morning too.
Yes, yes.
In
yes.
2019, I was in a very stressful office with PTSD boss, and all those what you explain in a scientific way, I'm the result of that. Like slowly it started with small things, and today it converted into autoimmune. But with universe blessing, I'm in the right group and on the right path. But I'm totally connecting it, each and every sentence you said, because I was different before that. I was shy and all that, but still
No, in
not
fact,
to that
this
level.
this example came to my mind the moment I saw your name here.
Yes, yeah. And
Okay.
but my quick question, sir, you explained well, but how I can convert? Like, suppose you said that don't
Start
accept
with
it.
Louis Hayes formula, love yourself, because autoimmune disease is a manifestation of your started disgracing yourself on your own
Yes, I lost
without
confidence
your
at that time.
knowledge.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Self-love is important.
yes,
Self-love is the most important, and please talk to Jasbir Bhatia.
yes.
I have already
Yeah, thank
given
you,
you
sir.
the number. I have
Yes,
sent her a message. She is expecting your call.
thank you so much, sir.
Sir,
It's a universe
autoimmune.
blessing for me.
Yeah, when you say autoimmune, sir, it started. So many people I could hear, even in my relatives or close by friends. When you say autoimmune started with disgrace or not giving
No,
the
no, you
confidence,
start
or
hating yourself. Why
okay,
me? Every time,
Yeah,
everything I do goes wrong.
oh,
yes.
That
okay,
becomes your beginning
You
point,
start doubting yourself. Like that's what happened with me,
Exactly.
sir.
That doubt
When
converts itself to hatred.
yes, because
Yeah.
she was having PTSD and she was pointing mistakes in me. At one certain point, you realize maybe it's me only. And you slowly start
Exactly.
doubting
See,
whatever you do, you don't have the
if you
confidence.
go and talk to someone, Spirituality says that you are reflecting and you are attracting them. They have got the same problem that you have got. That is one of the things you will learn when you do spiritual.
And after that, I was not able to recover that. COVID
exactly.
was there.
No, you have created your energies in motion in the body.
Yes.
You have triggered them
was
to
always in
keep
fear.
on repeating them.
Yes,
Till
I was
you are
always in
able
fear.
to change that. Till you are able to change that. That means it has become a habit, right?
Yes.
Remove
Yes.
it up to the thought level.
Yes.
You remove H, a bit will remain. You remove A, bit will remain. You remove B, it will still remain. You remove I, then you are left with T, which is your thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for
all
me, sir.
Associated ones, remove them one by one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And
okay, sir.
There you are.
Thank you,
The
sir. Thank you so
original
much.
Neelam Kumar.
Yeah,
That will
one
be
thing
the
I want to
outcome.
mention.
Yes.
One thing I want to mention. Remember, each of our cell in the body has consciousness.
Yes.
Each cell
Not
has
only consciousness, it also stores
or
Yeah,
feelings,
it's different me.
emotions.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
It was
has
totally
the
different me at
storage.
that time, and
Yeah, it
it's
has the
improving.
storage of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because honestly, at diet level and all my friends, they say, you eat so good, you do so good. How come you got sick? At the time, I didn't know.
Exactly.
I thought that it's my karma. But
You need the
now,
mental food.
That there is nothing like
yes.
karma. Karma,
Yes.
please, after reading the book Soul Contract Decoded,
Yes.
karma
Yeah.
is a set of lessons that you have
Yes.
brought for
Experience.
yourself.
Yeah, I was not that knowledgeable, sir, at that time. I'm learning. I'm new to this
All
whole
of us
path.
are learning. Let me be
Yes,
very,
sir.
very brutally
Karma
honest.
concept is coming soon, sir.
Yes, but I feel blessed. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
just part of like so much higher energies, and I totally see the difference in me. And
Yes.
I have a hope that yes, I can change it. I did it, and now I
What
can
hope?
change it.
You
Yes.
know the path. The path will not give you hope. It will give you confirmation. All you have to do is walk the path.
Yes, thank you, sir.
And thank you for some of the questions and some of you joining. Otherwise, my mind would have not been able to explain F1 and F2 better.
Actually, just want to say, first time I am attending this session, sir. I'm really, really, really so grateful because it is mostly I really wanted to know, more.
No,
I need to
Seth
refine myself.
wisdom. Seth wisdom, if properly understood, if properly applied, is that deep. Yeah. Next is Ratna ma'am.
హలో అండి నమస్కారం టుడే ఈస్ మై ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ అండి ఇవాళ పొద్దున్న యూనిఫైడ్ లో వెన్ వీ వర్ టాకింగ్ దట్స్ వెన్ వీ టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ గ్రూప్ సో ఐ జాయిన్డ్ వీ వర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ autoimmune diseases, right?
Yes.
Is thyroid an autoimmune disease?
It can lead to a autoimmune disease. It is by itself not.
So
it is
what?
Thyroid is basically affliction of your throat chakra, which has got to do with communication, which has got to do with expression.
Okay,
Look into your expression. What is holding you back? It also has got everything to do with fine arts such as singing, because all those are modes of expression.
Expressing, right.
Right. So think that is the only suggestion I will give at this point.
So
Rest
why
of
am
it
I
you can do it in any of these spiritual tablet counseling session.
It is not for me. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe some of my closest friends or relatives
They
male
are
or
living
female.
in that limitation. They are not expressing themselves properly.
So when we say expressing, is it with their spouse or with the friends or is it with themselves?
Anybody, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Your energies in motion within the body do not discriminate whether it is a
Okay.
spouse or somebody else.
Okay.
And
It
I'm
is
example for
their
that one too, sir.
attribute that is manifesting. If they are not able to express themselves, it is going to result in inhibitions in expression, and
Mm.
that is going to pull down the ability of that particular function. That deviation is going to be manifesting as a disease.
Yeah, my esophagus is shrinking, sir, and during that time it happened too. So GK sir
Yes.
explained to me, and I'm example for that. Yes, because I was not able to communicate well to my boss and my environment in office, and I was holding a
And
lot and lot.
you were changing that negative emotion and feeding your body with it.
Yes, yeah.
No, no.
So
Where
your
it will
cycle of
start, sir?
the
Where?
transformation at every stage
Mm-hmm.
is impacted by it, and net result is that what was a small deviation became large, it became a chronic component of your existence. Because I don't like words like disease and all.
Yeah. But can you say the root for if you
Yes,
take this
yes,
disease like thyroid,
yes,
root in the sense the
yes,
expression when you say,
yes, yes,
so
yes.
what kind of
Because
thing like
what is
not
the function of that particular energy vortex in your body?
Mhm. Yeah,
It's
generally it is used
speaking,
for
Take care.
talking,
talking and
Communication.
speaking,
speaking and
talking,
sharing
Communication.
or
Communication,
communicating.
communication,
Mm.
expression, creativity, right? That
Mm.
creativity is where the music component comes into. Maybe it
Mm.
could be drawing and painting. That is also expression.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah,
So,
That's
right.
the way it impacts.
So
That
the
sir,
is
learning
person
how.
music.
starts
I know. Where
taking
did we
backward step.
start? We started with Mr. Seth and moved into health domain. Is that okay, Kirti?
Sir,
As
I
long as the question
yes,
is
as
put and
long
then
as
let's see.
everybody understands. It's a flow, sir. Let it flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So no, the reason is this question I wanted to see is like if we take any disease, suppose let's take this thyroid. So we have example here. So when you said the expression is missing for any person, then it can generate, it can create that chronic or lead to anything uneasiness in the throat chakra. So so the person is not able to share some of the things, or the person is not talking properly,
Both,
is not explaining
both,
some. Mm-hmm.
both,
Okay,
both,
okay, okay. So which can lead to this basically.
which will lead to the four types of obstacles to
Mm.
progression that a
Okay.
human being fear. Your four types of fears will manifest,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Body fear, mind fear, intellectual fear, and soul fear.
Oh, okay. Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
those are the expressions. Now, in that cycle, you have got all the components which have got Panchabhutas,
Yeah, yeah,
but the impression in which that is those materials, those raw materials are going to be organized is coming from your emotion,
yeah,
because that is an energy pattern that you are drawing for yourself,
yeah. And it is showing
right?
physically
So
the
the raw material is
is
now
already.
following the pattern that you are supplying. That is how your DNA and RNA manufacturing process of your protein is being impacted.
Yeah, I'm continuously sending that energy. Go,
Thank
go,
you.
go, go there, go there, go there.
Correct, correct.
And then
Right?
it goes there and
So
it impacts that.
ultimately, that
Mm.
is manifesting as a physical entity by the time it has finished the entire cycle of creation and has made you
Mm-hmm.
into that kind of a body, that kind of an organ, that kind of a system, that kind of an organ, that kind of a tissue, that kind of a cell, that kind of a chemical, that kind of a molecule, that
Molecule.
kind of atoms.
Okay.
Okay? You see
So
the entire energy in
yeah.
motion at every stage? What have
So
you
the
created?
person who is not, I mean to say, if he is not willing at all, if he is not free will, so that is where this problem
So he
started.
will continue. He will
Mm.
continue. He is using his free will Not the way it is supposed to, but
Supposed to be.
just the opposite.
Even there could be a
Okay.
situation, to be practical, even the
Anything, it
husband
doesn't
or a
matter.
wife.
The mind does not recognize anything that is either F1 or F2. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, to put in a
It will start acting. It will start acting. Finish.
Okay.
I don't think we can have a better understanding of F1, F2 than what our discussion is now establishing.
Yeah, fantastic.
And Kirti's objective is being very well met by the group discussion that is taking place.
So one thing, like in this example, if lady is having that problem or a gent is having a problem,
how does it matter?
I mean, thyroid problem or not sharing. So
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean to say she has to come out of that by using medication. But if we apply this meditation.
Who said medication? What is medication? Do you know the power of your liver? I met with somebody by accident when I was traveling. He said, I'm a pharmaceutical industrialist.
Okay.
Right? He said, sir, people don't understand the power of their liver and the internal system. The power of the liver, if I have to replicate all the manufacturing abilities of your liver with equivalent machinery, I need 500 acres only for the machinery.
Oh, okay.
Now just think about the power. Just to set the equipment, he needs 500 acres.
Okay.
Got it? Now, where are you and where are the possibilities? Just think. That is your power, your power of now or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
You bring in Eckhart Tolle, you bring in Dr. Joseph Murphy, right?
Yeah, subconscious, all these people.
Yeah. Sunita ji, I still see your hand raised.
Sir, I want to know, I know because of the fear, because of not able to communicate, you are getting tired. But people, some people like hold, they get a bursted out. So do you say that bursting out is better than, still that is a negative emotion, bursting out and out of anger, they get a, out of fear, they get a resistance, out of resistance, they get a anger. So how do you define this anger? I know anger can lead.
See, ultimately the answer is very simple. You have got two extremities.
Correct.
You have got a midpoint. Right? Because the body has got its own level of tolerance. Don't go beyond the limits of tolerance, be it positive or be it negative. Right? Always be in a state of awareness. If you are in a state of awareness, you will not transgress this. Momentary transgression is possible and is acceptable too. But living under that condition day in and day out is what we need to be careful about.
Okay.
As long as you don't hold it. As long as you don't hold it. Yeah.
So that means anger in that moment is okay, but carrying that anger for a long time is not correct, because you're
going to become it's going to become stressful.
Correct.
You are going to damage your adrenal.
So what my question come to next is, like, even though we are a meditator, right? Like I am meditator, I have a lot of positive things. I already changed my life, my health, a lot of benefits I saw. But we'll get sometimes still carry the anger, but I see that anger now I am getting, but it's not impacting inside of me. The anger is outside, but it's not inside.
Take the example of Sunita. Take the example of Patriji. He used to be like, he used to get anger, on people quickly, but he never carried it. Immediately he forgets it.
Another example
how
is
we should be.
Chandra
The best example you can think about is the ocean.
Oh yeah.
So you have given your example as well on the angriness.
And also anger is like a very we can take it as a very positive
అరగంటలో
approach
వస్తా జాని
there,
This
where
lowest
the
energy, madam. This
See,
lowest
when
energy.
you do spiritual tablets, you will learn about Arshad Varga on one side, and you will also understand that the other end of that spectrum is 1 plus Arshad Varga. That means you can manage anything 99%. If you manage 100% of any particular emotion,
That's
right,
not good, I think.
you will not be able to utilize it positively, because that 1% should be there in you, either to caution you or to ensure that you are not going to the extremes.
yes,
At least you should be able to think, right, that you have that or
Correct.
not.
Correct.
If you are in the extreme and you will not even understand whether it is there or not, that Arshad Varga. I mean, if you are in 100%.
Correct.
it's
Correct.
just like you don't know the value of light
Yeah.
when there is no darkness.
Okay. Someone asked if I had an initial stage of some sort of form of a cancer, since it is the heart region, right? You can look at your hatred, grudge against people. That will help you significantly. You need to understand why that grudge is there, manifesting as a challenge. I will also recommend a person whom you have, any group that you can join. In India, there is a Spiritual Solutions for Cancer, a group. So if anyone is interested in that, I will send you the details. Please send me a direct message. I will send you the details. Yeah. So what is the time? How are we doing on time?
Say it right,
Pinky,
your time.
are we okay?
Yeah, sir. Like till 10 EST we can go.
Okay. So
Yeah, 8:30 your time.
yeah, please, your explanation or anything pending in F1, F2, please raise that. Let's come back to the topic now.
So just in 1 minute, can you just revise that point? I missed 5-10 minutes beginning. Just I wanted to.
Physical versus non-physical.
Yep.
F1 is physical, F2 is
2 is non-physical. Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Non-physical also means what is stored inside you. How you are able to perceive it. That brings in the concept of wisdom, or it also brings in the very first 10 traffic signals, which is ignorance is the root cause of suffering.
Okay.
Right? Ignorance is the root cause of F1.
Okay.
Because you are forgetting what is behind in the process. That's what he is explaining, right?
Yeah.
If I look into a stadium, there was a chair.
Right?
Right?
Yes, exactly.
But your observation for a moment deviates from there, the chair is removed and is also replaced. Within the time, if you have not taken cognizance of the absence of the chair, as far as you are concerned, the chair has always been there.
Yep.
Right? Which brings you back to understand what quantum theory says. What does quantum physics say? You are wave and particle at the same time. When I observe, when I am aware, when I see it, it is a particle. Else, it is a wave. That is what he has explained in that entire chapter in a nutshell.
Okay.
Anyone who has got a different point? Neeluji, you have read that for the benefit of everyone. You should be able to identify.
Actually, I just want to add one thing. In a
Mhm.
philosophical way, we say
Mhm.
cause and effect.
Mm.
Cause and effect, okay? And the same thing in Vedanta, they say karya karana sambandha. That is, when we look at the tree, suppose let us take an example tree. When we look at the tree, we are seeing physically only the tree, okay? But behind the tree, how it manifested, the earth, air, and then water, nutrients, so many things are behind the cause of the tree. So we are not grasping, perceiving all that with our physical senses.
So that is F1 plus F2 is equal to the whole picture. That is the other way to look at it.
This is what cause and effect, because only effect we are looking at it. But behind the effect, there is a cause. But cause, we are not able to perceive with our physical senses.
So cause is something F2, which manifested F1. I mean, which came out.
Yes.
Exactly. And
the same thing, if you take a seed,
both of them coexist.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
If
the
you
philosophy of life should be look at F1, develop wisdom pertaining to F2 so that you can address F1 appropriately. Or when you start with F2, that means your imagination and all that, ensure that it is such that you are progressing in your life, it is not acting as an inhibition.
Yeah.
This is the moral of F1, F2 as far as what I have understood. To be honest, I did not understand.
Because same thing,
Being blunt. Right.
Thin Nhat
But
Hanh,
if
he
you
also
start,
mentions.
yeah.
So
there is one hidden message in that entire F1, F2 explanation of those 15 odd pages, I think. What he is saying is refer it to the context, understand the context, understand the reasoning behind before you start perceiving it either in F1 frame or in F2 frame. In other words, in the classic physics, your understanding vis-a-vis quantum physics, both are under your control. But both of them come together for you to decipher. You need the wisdom of F1 and F2 together is all how it is going to manifest, to show up in life.
So can we take it as like ignorance is one of them, and by clearing the ignorance,
see,
like taking the knowledge.
What you are trying to do is you are taking. Okay, I will give you a best example of the way I read books that will help you understand.
Yep.
Okay. When I read a particular book, okay, there is a central theme in that book.
Yeah. Overall, what it is all about.
That concept, I am only getting wisdom pertaining to 30 degrees of that. You may ask me why 30 degrees, why not 40 degrees, why not 80 degrees? Right? This is where the understanding of frames and a movie comes into picture. If I need to understand 360 degrees, right? Now, basically, for you to do a motion picture, you need two frames which are differing by 30 degrees. Otherwise, the eye cannot perceive it as a motion picture. It will perceive it as a still picture.
Yeah.
That is why you have at the lowest level, you have got 30 FPS, 30 frames per second.
So that you will not think that there is a motion.
Correct, right? Now, whatever I perceive, whatever I understand is because of what I read, which is the input through my read or hear is only pertaining to my understanding 30%. Why? Because that is the perception. that I
That
am
will
getting by my
get.
sensory organs.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I need 360 degrees, how many individual opinions, individual
Yeah.
inputs do I require? 12. Correct?
12 into 30. Yep.
Correct. Right? That makes it comprehensive. Now, here I am not getting more than 30% because that is only one viewpoint. Have I
Yeah.
explored looking at the same central topic from 12 different windows? So what I see from here is going to be different from what I see. What you see in the US at this time is night time. What I see
Yeah.
is morning time. Correct?
Yeah.
That is giving
Both
me 60 degrees.
both exist at the same time, night and day still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So which one is real? Is it F2 or F1? Which one?
Both are real. Both are real.
Correct. Right.
Both are
So
there, right?
I need to have that wisdom
Okay. Okay.
which will couple the F1 and F2.
Fantastic.
Right?
See, that is what it
God is.
expands. You know,
No, we all
our
make that mistake.
yeah.
We all make that
Yeah.
mistake. And you
Mhm.
need
See,
bald heads and gray hair like me to come
Sir,
and make
actually,
sense
I
out of
don't
it.
want to confuse myself. Maybe I have a separate session understanding. Is it not nothing but a deeper understanding? The root level is Prakriti and Purushartha. Like, it's come
100%.
in. Okay. Okay.
Prakriti is the physical side.
Yes.
Purusha is the imaginary side.
Yes. Yeah.
And
unmanifested.
the same thing could be when you start with the other one, you need the first one to complete the meaning.
Yeah, one is manifested, the other one is unmanifested.
Yeah. No,
It's
but
like
Balagaru.
Correct.
Balagaru, you explained that cause, right? That when you explain that plant and cause, that immediately I came into picture is Prakriti and Purushartha.
yes,
The
yes,
plant is not we are visible is Prakriti. The tree is a Purushartha. I think, am I correct?
yes.
If you
And
Yes.
same
listen
Yeah.
thing.
to Bob Proctor's lectures,
Uh-huh.
he will say, I plant an acorn seed. You all know what is an acorn seed, right?
Yeah.
You will not get a mango tree out of it.
Yeah, because that energy is so specific. It is hidden in that seed, that specific
Yes.
energy.
Right.
So if
That
you
is
plant
why.
cotton will
When
come,
you
sir. If
read
you
a
plant
book,
negative, if you plant
even
poison.
when you read a book, right,
Mm-hmm.
try to understand the book. This is what I mean by experience what you are reading.
Okay.
So if we take unified, right, experience each of those messages.
Yeah.
That's why I have put a small message this morning when after I heard the discussion in the morning on unified course. Unless you are in that being state of our experience state, the logic mind keeps on active, asking why. But
Correct.
when you experience, then when you understand, when you experience it, then no more questions regarding that.
And also, you need to give some break as well, madam, to logical mind. Sometimes we need to stop that.
Yes.
Even though you have a question, because slowly
But
time also will give us the
my
answer,
question.
and the question and answers also we will get the answer, because we don't want to hurt ourselves, because there is a time, right? We need to wait for the experience.
Yes,
the
that
things
is
that
why
we
even
come
in
through.
unified, once
Yeah.
you ask the question, they say just only ask 3 times the question and keep quiet.
Keep quiet. Yep.
Because we need to, after we ask the universe or higher self, we need to give time for us to get the
You're
answer.
not in 100% sync with that, right? If you are 100% sync, you will get in a second, in a fraction also.
Yeah.
Then
So we
you
need
become Leonardo da Vinci, right? You are always in connection with your higher self, even when you are painting.
That's how no defect, right? So to put it simple, like if we get a disease or if we get any problem, any uneasiness, we manifested that with the energy and motion at the beginning. So that is where the
Not
root cause.
only
Don't think why I
disease,
got it.
even problems in life are that way.
Yeah. So don't think why I
That's
got
what
it.
You
Because
create
you are the
your
reason
reality.
you got it.
Yes.
You are the
create
creator
your
and you created
personal
it.
reality.
Okay.
When Madam decides, that is also another book that we should be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm not
And
deciding anything, sir. It's just going with the
Sir,
flow.
if you go to
After
sleep
this,
and come tomorrow morning, you will get 20 books in your dream. So if we start doing that, it
No,
will
no,
take a lot
you,
of
but
you will be in deep shit.
no, that is the first
Don't
book we
travel
started
with
with.
me.
Chandra sir, that is the first book we started with our book club.
Yes. It almost took us 1 year to complete that.
And that time
What
it
is
was
it? Thinking and
confused.
is it Thinking and Destiny, madam?
No. Thinking
No,
and Destiny,
this
we have reached midpoint.
yeah. The
And
first
it's
book
more
we
than a
started.
year now.
The first book we started with is the
Nature of personal reality.
Nature of personal
Okay.
reality.
Because all the other books I felt was very easy. So I took the bold step. And then I realized I was making a mistake. It was that deep. My God.
Yeah.
But then,
But once now, if you go back and read, it makes more sense.
yeah,
yes.
next is that book only, sir.
I know how many
Sir,
books
one
I
thing
don't
I'll tell
know,
you,
but
sir.
we will do it. No problem
Sir,
now.
to your, if you are there in the picture,
In
right?
Telugu, there is a beautiful saying to put my situation. Ninda munigino adiki chalenti.
Oh. But see, sir,
You are in the
so
ocean
many
of books.
people
You are
are
in the ocean
getting
of books.
Sir, please
immense
translate.
wisdom from you, sir.
Sir,
They
please
are,
translate. I don't
या
understand what
ना
you
नो
said.
नम्रता जी, इसका मतलब ये है कि जो पानी में भीगा हुआ है
अच्छा.
उसको ठंड कहाँ से लगेगा? तो पूरा भीगा हुआ है.
Already Muniper, already yours.
I
In the
am already
book
sunk.
knowledge.
No, what cold will I feel?
So one point I can tell is, I'm there in many sessions. You are there, and then, so if you take any book, I think you will go back to the root and the end. You'll make them understand,
I mean,
irrespective of the book,
a
all the
book club
knowledge.
should be. I don't believe in generating interest in a book. I believe in thoroughly breaking it down so that one doesn't have the need to read that book. Or at least he is able to put his finger and say, page so and so, that topic is there.
Yeah.
Sir,
And also
I'm
every
coming to the same thing topic. That means here, no of even the person is not able to uh, not the same level. For example, you are so high level, I'm still starting, but still I am not experienced that all this, the Chaturveda Purushartha experience, right? That I have to go through all that stages in my life, then only I can go into that Nirmala Sthiti.
Yes.
Until unless I get experience. So in this
Okay.
situation, that means no one is wrong, no one is right, everything is as it is, just be with it.
Be with it, and
Mm,
there is nothing like right and wrong.
correct. Yeah. Yes.
Just like there is nothing like good or bad.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
main thing is acceptance.
Yeah, but the person is that person is suffering. That means he himself doesn't know, because that is state. Maybe
No,
this life.
the moment someone is suffering means he is stuck. He has encountered a boulder on his journey, and that journey has halted him there. He is not thinking out of the box how to move that boulder or circumvent the boulder and continue the journey.
But
Yes.
the qualities also matter, right, sir? Like qualities also carry the person.
Momentarily, you can always come back to your original quality, right?
Yeah,
It
that
is
means if you're
an
not changing the.
obstacle is momentary. An obstacle is not permanent. Got
Yeah,
it?
but
He
what?
has to,
No,
But
no,
he has to
I
if you
come
are
out
wanted
of
to
the
finish.
halted there, if you are struggling there, if you are suffering, means you have stuck yourself there.
Yeah, for example, I am a meat eater, right? I cannot change the one meat eater, even though I know that is not right, but I'm not able to stop it. That means what it is.
If
Like,
you are
even though I
not
know.
able to stop it, it has become HABIT, work on it.
Okay. It's not me. I'm just giving an example. I never eat.
No, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
whoever it is, if you refuse your body the first time, it will be painful. The second time, the pain will reduce. That means HABIT, you are removing H, then A, then B, then I, and then ultimately T.
Same thing with meditation.
Exactly.
That's why mandala.
Everything.
Mandala.
Now, okay, now for your question, I will say experience can also be utilizing the framework of F1 and F2.
Utilizing the framework of
Framework
F1
of
and
F1 and F2. What is F1 and F2? The physical reality
Physical and
and
non-physical.
non-physical reality in the Q&A book.